All right, hello everyone. Yeah, it's been a minute or two since I've been on here. Just been trying to deal with some things. I'm just going to share this out quickly here onto Facebook. So basically, just come talk with me. Nothing in particular. Um, see, I gotta edit the title for this. Oh well, I'll do it. Actually, I can do it right now. I don't know if anybody's there listening yet or not, because I'm not even looking at that part of the screen. Um, so we'll just leave it as that. We'll just do this as talk, etc. type idea for the date. Um, so I'm gonna pull that back. If you're not here, then how can you actually be posting anything if you're not here? So what are you doing, Beth? The hell? Excuse me here. I'm piddle farting around with Windows. Just trying to make sure everything's in the right spots for me so I can see things. Well, it is charming not to look at your screen, isn't it? At least I'm not being a daft cow by not looking at it. Are you invisible? I don't know. I haven't seen you lately, so I guess you are invisible. Because all I see is words. I don't actually see you, but that doesn't matter. That's another thing for another time. Um, let's see. I don't know which way I want to watch this. Um, yeah, we'll watch it from this. Well, I have to flaff around because that's the whole point of what I do. Um, no, I just trying to get certain things in certain order in life right now. So I'm gonna kind of talk a little bit, um, updates as to kind of where I was for about 4 or 5 months. I'm not going to get into a lot of details at the moment. I may later on, but yeah, I'm not going to hold it against you, Beth. Okay, I'm not going to hold it against you. Um, I'm just leave it as that. I understand. We all get kind of busy doing whatever, and or we just don't want to be bothered. We just want to be lazy sometimes, and I get like that, especially now. I'm kind of a little bit lazy and wanting to do things. I didn't do my Dark Side of Halloween yet. Um, I attempted it last weekend, and then I kept getting every time I kept listening to the recording, I couldn't even hear myself. What do you mean, hurry up? I'm gonna go for about. Hurry up about what? Jesus, woman. It's not my fault that you're the one that's 5 hours ahead of me and going for a bath so early in the day. Jeez. Did you even have dinner yet? Because I have no idea when you normally have dinner time. Um, some of you see me post some weird things, whatever, 5, 6 months ago on Facebook, and just to for you to hear it from the horse's mouth, so to speak. I kind of basically got kicked out, evicted from my home, so I had no place to go. So there was only two places really you can end up, either on the streets or in a shelter. I had gone to the shelter because I wasn't going to stay on the streets. Now, even though it was, early spring, moving into summer, yeah, I could have done it, but then it was where I would have to be, because some of the so-called tent cities are not all that great. A lot of uh, bad situations there. Now, I had to do this. I had no choice in it. Um, actually, I did. Like I said, I had two choices, but I did it. Put everything into storage. So I spent my time doing that, going through what I had to do to endure. And yes, there was two or three times through that I should have died, or could have died at least. Um, that's neither here nor there. So that's experience has changed some of my outlook on certain things. Um, one of them, bringing it back again, that and even a little bit more stronger than so, that I don't put up with bullshit of any type. My humor aspect right now was changed, and I don't know if it's going to stay there or if it's going to come back to my old humorous self. I don't know. But for 4.5 months, yes, I was in the shelter system with curfews and other restraints that you could not do, which is a pain in the ass. That 11 p.m. you had to be in your room. That was even including on the weekends. That was first curfew time. Second curfew time was in between 1 and 2 p.m. Oh, sorry, 1 and 2 a.m. in the morning. They would check, see if you were in your room. The last one, which was at 4 a.m., you had to be in your room. If you weren't, when they did that, you were automatically kicked out. No questions asked. Then you would have to re-sign back up and hope that you could get back the same bunk bed that you did. Now, there's stories I can tell you about all this, about all my experience and everything else. But I'm not going to talk about all that just yet. I won't tell you about what these instances were that I should have died, type thing. Not yet. But yes, I did go through that. And I've been out for what? Maybe almost 3 months, not quite. 2 months for sure. Um, went where I basically didn't think I would go for where I'm staying now. But got talking, did this, that. In a way, it kind of helps both of us out. So we're doing it. That's that. My mind has been back and forth. I've kind of readjusting to, I want to say, norm or regular routine type idea. Uh, I'm I'm not fully there because my mindset is still on this survival mode, looking over your shoulder with the third or fourth eye, um, keeping your back against the wall type thing, no matter where I'm going. And part of that is because just before I left the shelter to come to where I am now today, my storage locker was broken into. I had shit stolen. I had information about my banking account and maybe a few other things that was taken from me. And the so-called storage unit, when you ask them and talk to them, oh no, we've never had a break-in, which is a bunch of bullshit. They have had several break-ins. Now, the part that really got me, that we're thinking about, is why my padlock that I had put on there myself, why mine got broken into, and the three other units that are in the same little hallway. There's about maybe 6 to 10 units, I think it is. And we're not in the main building, we're on an outside building, but there's a little hallway between two doors, and all our storage units entrances are inside this hallway. But the other two or three, like I said, that had padlocks similar to mine, were not touched. So we think maybe it was an inside job. We don't know. So filed the complaint, They give us the insurance agency to contact. We contact them. Then they resend you to insurance claims adjuster for looking at your claim and deciding, I guess, how much money you're going to get for the things that you've lost. Well, I'm getting the bullshit runaround with them. And now the storage company is saying that they're going with the brand new insurance company as of October 31st that passed. So I don't know if I have to try to continue with the old place or redo with the new place. So I got to contact them Monday to Friday to get a proper answer. Because on weekends, the head office answers, but it's probably like most places when you try to get a live agent, there's only one or two of them on call. And, they're busy with whatever person or it's outsourced to some other country. And then you got to wait for them to answer you. And, well, that's my insurance adjuster. They work and live in Canada, but they're not from Canada. And he's called me twice. He sent me emails twice. I replied to both emails stating the exact same information. I called once and gave him the exact same information that I did through my emails, stating the times that I'm available to talk to, and that during these certain times, I can't because of work, because of the job that I do, that I'm not allowed to answer my cell phone. It's a safety violation, basically. And it is. I mean, I'm driving what is known as a counterbalance forklift, okay? Electric. So as you're driving these in and out trucks and lifting things, 30, 40 feet up in the air, this and that, you got to pay attention to what you're doing. Otherwise, you're going to have an accident. You can't just stop and pick up your phone and start talking. Because you also need to listen to the other trucks that are around in the warehouse with you. Because they don't all make noise when you move forward. Of course, we have a beep that goes off when you go in reverse, which is standard. Only certain machines, depending what they are, actually have a beep or some type of buzzing sound when you're moving forward to alert you that they're moving. So you're constantly looking around for headlights, listening for certain horn beeps, because when you pass certain passageways, you blow your horn to let others know that you're coming around, especially if you can't see, and you slow down and all that stuff. I've had maybe, since I've worked there, about 3 instances where I came close to, having a crash. No, not a serious crash, but a crash. But those things were, neither here nor there. They are what it is. And yeah, they could have been prevented. And as you move forward, you adjust yourself accordingly. So that's kind of a little tidbit of where I've been. I will say more on a different stream. I just kind of wanted to do this quick and let people know what's going on. I know right now that my basic attitude towards a lot of things have changed. I'm kind of being really blunt and really raw right now. And I think I had to do that because of where I was, because of the people I had to deal with. There were some great people I met. Don't get me wrong. But then there's those that you really had to keep your eye on. I had to complain about one person, and I complained multiple times before finally something was actually done. And when it got done, the person who got it done, I was thankful that they did it when they did it. I wish they would have done it sooner, but then again, there's a lack of communication within the shelter system. I don't care where it is. I don't care what person you talk to that works in it or helps runs one. They can tell you whatever they want. Until you're actually in that particular one, will you see the real truth? I've had my experiences many, many years prior to this with a women's shelter, because my ex-wife used to work at one. And I used to help out from time to time to help fix things, paint things, go see a project. Oh, they want to do this or that to a room or an area. What do we need? And then I would go off to where I worked at the time, which was Home Depot, and put forth work order with all the equipment that's needed and see if they would be willing to donate, give a discount, and donate some volunteer hours. So, I have all that. Since I've been out, I kind of want to go do things. I want to do things, get things going, but at the same time, I'm held back. This headset I have on, I wasn't sure if it really worked. I know it works here for YouTube, but it wasn't working for me creating videos. So, like I said, I'm behind big time, and it's not anybody's fault but mine. Hey, John, I wanted to give you guys before Halloween the dark side of Halloween, the dark history side. I do have a plan for another dark side regarding holidays, and that's for coming up for Christmas. So, the Christmas one's going to be a several part one because I'm looking at uh, a few different things for it. It's not just one viewpoint. Like some of my other dark side series are more one viewpoint, or if I know there's other information that I can join into the one video, I will, and I give you guys that information. And for those of you who have been paying attention, have been listening to them, thanks. And if you enjoy them, hey, by all means, go to them, leave me your comments on them. I don't care whether they're good or bad. I will just kind of look at them and I will go from there. If they're dumbassed, I'll just delete them. Those comments, plain and simple. Like I said, I'm not putting up with the bullshit or the nonsense. It's basically it's a two-way street here for respect. So if I'm not given that proper respect, I'm not going to give it back anymore. Same thing comes with, and I'm saying this openly because it's coming from me. Moving forward to this point, and you can't blame me for it. I can't blame you for it. And I definitely not going to hold you to this, especially if I'm live and you can't make a live. I'm not going to worry about that. But if you do watch when it's on replay, yeah, okay, I see thumbs up. Don't really tell me much. I like to really know that you're watching by telling me. Leave a comment, okay? Leave a comment, because if you don't leave a comment, I really don't know if you've watched it, okay? If you don't want to leave a comment on the YouTube comments section after this has been put up in replay, you got me in private messaging somehow, you can leave me a message, say, hey, I watched the content, you can tell me the pros and cons of what you saw. I didn't get myself a tablet. I got myself a refurbished iPad. I forget which generation. With over 256 megabytes storage. Sure, I've put several games, whatever, on it, this and that, but that's neither here nor there. I'm just looking at my video, and it went on a short pause, so it's behind because I'm paying attention on YouTube instead of on Restream. I'm probably going to use Restream, most likely. I looked at whatever things for StreamYards, the way they've redone things, and I don't really like what StreamYards has. This, I'll do it, use it as best I can. If I need to actually have a paid membership for this thing, eventually I'll kind of get to it. So, with that, I do have, like I said, in my other thoughts, and I'm going to hopefully try next Saturday night. I'm thinking 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because I don't want to do it too late, and I don't want to do it too early either. I think that will work for me, and we'll go from there. That I want to bring back something of a live stream like this. I'm probably going to call it Talking with Dev or Talking with the Devil. So basically, we're going to, try to have a subject and talk about that. I would love to have certain people come up here on live panel with me to talk about some of these subjects. And before you come up on the live panel, we will pick something. Beth, if it's 8 p.m. my time, you're 5 hours ahead. Come on. So you know it's going to be late for you. So that means you have to have a nap beforehand. So as soon as you finish eating dinner on a Saturday, you just go to bed, have a snooze, and then get up and. So we'll discuss various many topics. Some of the things have to do with, maybe some real life events, some paranormal things. But I was just saying for the iPad, I got the full bundle of GhostTube. Now there is one other Spirit EMF type talk device that I want to put on it. I can't remember which one it is. I've seen it on a few of the bigger YouTuber guys use it. Well, then that means you're going to have to reset your alarm again. So I'll probably pay for that, get it. I'll probably eventually pay for the full premium use of all the GhostTube equipment here. I even got one. I've been screwing around here in the house where I'm staying at. Basically, what it does is you scan around the room slowly with the camera. And what it's supposed to do is supposed to pick up on the spirit and give you an image of what this spirit's supposed to look like or their settings. So with that, I've done it and I've gotten a few different images here and there. And of course, it deletes the first few images. So you're only allowed to see 3 or 4 images at a time. So if I have 4 images and I go to a 5th image, the first image will disappear. I can't see it anymore. Unless, of course, I pay for the premium content, then it keeps whatever for whatever storage space availability type thing. So I kind of go from there. I'm not sure how it's going to go. I do want to plan to do a few things before the end of the year and go, but I have a couple problems. I have to get into my storage locker again and slowly go through every single box. And I mean, literally every single box I got in there, well over 20, 30 boxes, and see if my camera is truly gone or not. And if my camera, my 4K camera that I bought, that I showed you guys a while back, if it's gone, that means then I have to buy a new one. I will use my cell phone. If I have to use my iPad to record things with for the meantime, I will do it. But I also got to remind myself as I use the iPad that I got to make sure I turn off Wi-Fi when I use the GhostTube apps that I am. So that way, it's more legit for responses and everything else. I have the SLS. I have the 2 different EMF voice detectors, spirit box type idea. And then, as I said, the other one is a visual spirit thing. Hang on here. I'm going to just open up since I got it beside me, tell you exactly what it says. Where the hell did they go? Oh, here it is. GhostTube Seer. So that's what the 4th one is. So there's SLS, there's Vox, there's regular GhostTube, and then there's GhostTube Seer, which is the one about the images. We've sat here and done a few things, listened, trying to see what we can pick out. I do have on my old Android tablet, I still have Necrophonic. We put that on for a little bit just to listen to see what we could hear. We do believe that there are certain spirits here in this household. Some of them being family members. Certain things have happened in certain places, and then they've reacted to it in a certain way. Like, for instance, one of them, the oldest boy out of the 3 children, His TV used to go off and on in the middle of the night for no reason. He would turn it off with the remote, and all of a sudden it'd come back on. Nothing there. Take the batteries out of the remote. TV would still come off and on. I'm not sure if they actually unplugged it at any one point in time. I'll have to ask that. But what they ended up doing is they took a rosary and hung the rosary on the one side of the TV. Since they did that, the TV has not gone off and on. So they're thinking that either they're afraid of it or the rosary means something else to them, and they've just accepted saying, okay, you know that I'm here. So, doing that, hopefully trying to get off to some of the more well-known haunted locations here in the city that I live in, and see if we can get a private tour done. It might cost me. We'll have to see on the price. Then, once able to get out and about and get around, try to do some special walk with me's where hopefully some of you people can come and experience yourself, whether it's your first time or not. I will explain certain rules and things. You may hear me repeat some of these things in my videos. There may be some things that I may do differently than others. So be it. Doesn't mean there's a right way or a totally wrong way about doing certain things. There are certain etiquettes that I try to practice when I'm out and about and everything else. And that's what we're going to do. There's the same thing here. And as I'm doing this live, just talking, whoever comes in chat, talk, there's certain etiquettes, certain things that, that I'm going to kind of expect and I'm going to give back at the same time. Like I said, how my joking around is going to be, I don't know. It's kind of like losing a family member before it's time, and now having to deal with life that's now twisted and turned around upside down, that you can't go back to what was. You have to recope with your new life, with your new situation. This is kind of like grieving in a way. During those 4 or 5 months, I could say I was depressed, even though I didn't show it. Wasn't suicidal. But at the same time, I wasn't afraid. Because, there's a few words here and there, things. And as I said to the one person, I said, are you afraid to die today, right now? I said, because I am. I'm not worried. I've done everything I need to really do in life. So not much other than watching maybe my daughter to get older, get married, and maybe, have children. So I have grandchildren. That's really about the only other thing that's worth in my life at the moment. There's nothing else really. But at the same time, I know that I ain't going to end it. Not going to let somebody end it for me. Then I'm going to go on my terms. So we'll leave that to the side, because those are things to talk about as, an episode of Talk with Dev or Talk with the Devil, depending which way I want to do it. And I'll have to do up some graphics and that. I've got my program back. It takes all sorts of twists and turns, life. But it's what you do in regards to it that really makes the difference. It's not anything else. And, I looked at certain things that I did, and I seen where people went, what people did. I've made comments here and there on Facebook and other places before I even went in, and I've seen how people turned around and kind of twisted things, or they don't agree and how they disagree about it and this and that. So be it. I don't agree with everything that other people say, and that's okay. That's for me to deal with. I do voice opinion, say certain things, and it's not that I'm trying to be, an asshole or anything. It's just where I am at the moment in my life, and I'm still readjusting to a situation of a huge road bump that I went through, and now I'm on the other side of it, trying to move forward the best way that I can. Um, maybe I'm being on the slow process of it, but it is what it is, I guess. And I'm saying we have a warehouse manager where I work, and he says that a lot, and we kind of like joke and laugh about it. And I'm going, oh, you know what? I'm going to put that on a T-shirt and come into work wearing it one day. And a few other people are laughing. It's like, yeah, go ahead, go ahead. And it's like I just don't know what kind of reaction I'm going to get, and I don't want it to be the wrong reaction. I want it to be, laughed about like a joke. It's like, okay, yeah, it's funny. Okay, I get it. You know, um, so kind of go from there. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I've been. Excuse me here while I open up this Pepsi Zero with cherry flavor. So it's a cherry Pepsi Zero. I like it. I can't stand Diet Coke. Diet Pepsi's okay. Coke Zero is okay sometimes. I find that it changes based on the batch that was made, and it doesn't matter if it's in a can or the plastic bottle. Sometimes it just tastes off. Um, Pepsi's been pretty good for the Pepsi Zero, the Diet Pepsi, and then there's cherry and a lime flavor in the Pepsi Zero cans. But what I've been really on is the hydration drink with the huge electrolytes is Body Armor, the juice. Now, there's 3 or 4 flavors that we don't get in Canada, and that kinda pisses me off, so I gotta look up, see where it is, and see if I can get it shipped here. If I need a US address, well, that's okay, we got a means of, taking care of that. There is a Prime drink that my nieces and nephews are looking for, I think might be only in the UK. I'm not sure. I have to get a picture of it again, sent to me because they tried doing it before, and I have an issue with my cell phone that through text messages I cannot receive photos or videos. But then that could be because of my carrier that I'm using, that they have something set up. But then again, it also could be my brand of cell phone itself, because I'm not a Samsung sheep follower, nor will be. Would I ever go back to iPhone for a cell phone? Maybe, but not at this time. I'm just going to keep the cell phone that I have until I can't charge it or I can't use it anymore. Then I'll go get a new cell phone and see what I'm allowed to have with the carrier I have. Or maybe I go to a brand new carrier overall. I don't know. These are things to think about as, time passes. And I'm going to be honest, now with age, I'm finding that, little quirks of falling apart type idea. But that's my own fault, really. It's not just because of age. Age plays the factor, but it's because I allow it. If I do other things that slow that down or help prevent it, I should. But I haven't. So I understand, the aches, the pains, the problems with the body, this and that are happening due to age. Hey, it happens. But there are things I can do to prevent some of it or slow it down, which I'm going to have to start doing. So, that's life behind the scenes of everything, what you do. Um, I react, I talk to people who I have as followers or contacts on Facebook that I can contact directly. Um, there's a lot of people that, I'm getting certain requests by whatever that I've deleted the request because I don't want them, because I know the drama behind them. And I don't want any of that bullshit anymore. Um, I left a lot of the drama a year or so ago or more because I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. I had enough. I'm not, playing Mr. Nice or anything like that. I'm going to be what I need to be. And some people don't like it. Oh well, tough shit for you. Or as we say, SOL, shit out of luck. It's not my problem. You can suck it up. You can be the snowflake if you want to be. Okay? I really don't care anymore. I'm just going to do my thing. Whatever happens, happens. Just like, and some people are going to say, oh, you're pointing fingers. What are you trying to put? I'm not really bad mouthing you. I'm just saying that who cares about your numbers on YouTube? Just do your thing. Don't concentrate on the numbers. Don't concentrate how many views you get. Don't concentrate on how many subscribers you have. Don't concentrate on how many thumbs up you get. Just do you. That's all that matters. Okay? As long as you enjoy doing it, you just keep doing it. Doesn't matter if you're losing subscribers or not. Just do you. There are things that Google is doing to YouTube that screwed a lot of things up. It's not YouTube, and you guys are all blaming YouTube because of the platform. It's not them. It's Google who screwed things up because they used a lot of AI generated computer stuff to control YouTube. So there's certain things that are going on. There is one thing that they're doing, and there's slowly going through, and that is inactive accounts, meaning that these accounts nobody is signed into for whatever length of time period it is that they're looking at, and they're deleting them. Okay. I don't know because I haven't gotten confirmation on it yet whether they are deleting accounts that they've had numerous complaints about for whatever reason. That I don't know yet. So we'll leave it as that. Um, but yeah, so I want to get back into my Dark Side series. I don't know whether I'm going to do it every Saturday or every other Saturday or one Saturday a month. A live like this, but on a Saturday night, have somebody up on panel with me. If not, that's fine. Hopefully enough people, come into chat and we all just basically talk. If there's a subject, we're going to stay on subject. We're not going to wander off of it. If I deem it as open mic type idea, that means we can talk about whatever life is thrown at us, our experiences, things that we've dealt with, things that we haven't dealt with, how you see certain things going on within the platforms, the communities, the nonsense that continues to keep going on. I know there's a whole bunch of people that are belittling all paranormals, regardless of what you do in the paranormal community. It's a shame, but it is what it is. And other things, etc., etc. This live stream isn't about that. It's just basic talk about what's going on with me, my future plans are, where I am, a little bit of what's happened. So you have to go back and re-listen. But I will open up a little bit more at some point later on because there's a lot of things that happened that weren't right. That were not right whatsoever. And maybe it'll fall on the right ears. Maybe it won't. But we'll leave it as that until that time comes. Now, I'm looking at these different things and seeing things like, what? I haven't been on YouTube for a long time, so I'm seeing this. I'm seeing, live chat, join the conversation to interact with this is open panel. Well, I thought the panel was already open top chat, live chat type thing that I've got here. I don't know. Okay, well, I just kind of changed that instead of top chat to live chat. Oh, well, whatever. So it doesn't matter. I'll figure things out. The things that have changed, what hasn't changed, this and that, and go with it from there. And then we'll try to make this a little better as time goes on. So yeah, we'll just go with it. We'll just deal with it. It just is what it is. I'm not gonna do anything extra different. I will say that as I can, because the way it is right now, my day is I wake up about 3 a.m. in the morning. I may go back to sleep because my alarm's not set is set until about like what 4:30? No, 4 o'clock. I think it is right now. So sometimes I wake up an hour earlier because I was waking up a little bit earlier to go to work even earlier. I don't have to start until 7 a.m. I leave home at 5:30. I get to work, say maybe between 6:10 and 6:20 ish in the morning. I start at 7. I finish at 3:30 p.m. Depending on how quickly I get out at 3:30 depends on how quickly I catch my first bus going home. Then the second bus, because I have to take 2 buses regardless. The second bus depends on how the driver is timing their stops. Sometimes I catch that first bus, for the second bus that is, or I have to wait the extra 10 minutes and catch the next one, which is fine. It doesn't really matter. Then that depends on how quickly I get home. Whether if I stop off at Wally World and pick up anything on my way and then walk the 10 minutes back home, it's neither here nor there. It's just whether if it's raining or if it's too cold or too windy, it all depends what I do. If not, I could just come straight home, then come back, do whatever, catch up on whatever emails, whatever else, just see what everything. That's basically my day. It's like I look at Facebook, see what messages or what's been posted. Um, do I comment or do I not? I pick and choose from there. Sometimes I just don't say anything. It's not that because I don't care or anything. It's just I've chosen not to. And I'm sure some of you understand that you do it yourself. For certain people, you just don't comment. It's not that I don't want to. It's not that I'm not, supportive or anything like that. I'm highly supportive to those who are supportive to me, those that communicate with me uh, reasonably enough, that we talk, that we get along, that when certain things are said, we don't take it the wrong way. We don't get our panties in a twist or anything like that, that we're not snowflakes on the issues. And we continue on, joke around, whatever, blah, blah, blah. There are certain people that, yes, I'd love to meet and collaborate with in real life, not just on the internet. And I know certain things are going to take me a bit of time to get going, and I have to do it. I have to jump on the horn on certain things because I've been putting it off, putting it off, putting it off, putting it off. Light my own match under my own ass, I guess, type thing, or kick myself in my own ass to get me going. But I know that once I get going in a certain direction, that the rest will just fall in place. And that I hope that as I get everything falling into place and I get moving into the directions that I want, that some of you can come along for the ride, and enjoy some of it. I don't know anything else really offhand to say or to talk about. So I might just say, at this point, I'll let you go, and that hopefully somewhere in the near future that I'll be back on again to talk, or I have a video put up, or I have several videos put on premieres, so that way you guys can see later down the road, oh, hey, he's got a bunch of videos. Okay, let's end up watching them. If you share it out, you share it out. If you don't, you don't. I'm not going to worry about it. It's not like it's going to bother me. I know some people do. They share things of whatever I do out to their crowd of people that they have as followers, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. And I share certain things out, this and that. Just like I said, I have the one group thing that's there on Facebook for those that are already in it. You can share whatever you have going on YouTube or whatever other platform that you want to share there. That's perfectly fine. It's not just about one type of genre or anything. It's just to share links to stuff. I prefer that it's something that you are doing and not, somebody that you're following that they're doing something on. But we'll take it from there. And here, those of you who are moderators are probably going to leave you as moderator. I don't think I'm going to get rid of anybody. I just, anything from my moderators, I just respect you all and hope that, you respect enough that the general nonsense bullshit that, you mute the people first before you delete before you ban or delete them. And if you're thinking that they should be banned or deleted, private message me first and let's talk about it. And then you can tell me your reasons why you think of this, and then we'll go from there. And all of you are hearing this, so that way you know that what's going to happen. There's only one person who I don't need to hear from if they're going to ban somebody, and that's QB herself, because she knows exactly what I want. We talk enough offline, off to the sides, whatever. So if she comes and she moderates, she'll moderate. And sometimes you may never see her say anything in chat, and she's moderating. Like right now, she's probably watching, but she's just not doing anything, and it's the way she's watching. So we'll just leave it as that. I know that she's going to be getting busy soon, so that's why I'm going to leave everybody who is. I know I said I was going to let some of you go, but I'm not. I'm just going to leave you all as it is, and just hope that, you all come around and stay around longer, right? Instead of just for a few minutes. But I understand if life, has to take you away because of the time frame, and I'm not going to hold anybody to it. You show up, you show up, right? If that means that I got to search and look for some other moderators to add to this YouTube channel, then I will. But if I do, I'm going to be very picky about it, because I want the right things to be done. I don't want the wrong people to be in the spots and have all the experiences that I've seen to other people where there's been issues that have happened because two people happen to have a falling out and they start banning people left and right because they're following this person or something, or you can't follow. That's a bunch of child bullshit. Most of us are adults. In this circle of people that I know on YouTube and everywhere else, we're adults. But 98% of you act like fucking children. I don't know why, but you just do. But as the saying goes, it is what it is, isn't it? So we'll go from there. I'm not making any promises. I'm not perfect. I'm not going to be perfect. I don't want to be perfect, because then that means I have no problems whatsoever. And that's not true. I have problems. And, I can hear all the comments from people from what I just said. Whatever. So with that being said, hopefully I can get on track, get my ass in gear this week and start doing the few things that I need to. Get the few videos created and narrated as I need to. Like I said, I did the Dark Side of Halloween. I just have to re-narrate it, basically. And if that doesn't work, then I'll just have to put it back together from scratch and go from there. I got some new different logos going. I got a few different intros and outros and a few other things going. So we'll leave it there. Thank you for those who came and joined in a chat that did chat. I know there's a bunch of different people that came and were just watching and listening. That's fine. But until next time, as always,